Hey, welcome to the USMLE guide by a Guyanese gal. Because I know that if you're from Ghana, you do not have a lot of persons that you can look to for USMLE tips and advice. And when I started this journey, it was very confusing because again, there weren't that many persons you could ask for help. So I hope that these videos are going to be helpful, they're going to be informative, and maybe answer some of the questions you might have. So there are lots of steps, but we're going to take it one step at a time per video. So with the first step, you're going to have to apply for your ECMFG number. I will be reading a bit from my screen. So yeah. First, you're going to have to confirm that your medical school is part of the WDOMS website, which is basically the World Directory of Medical Schools. So this just says that your medical school is accepted for USMLE purposes. So I'm going to include the image. This is what that looks like. You're just going to input the basic information, the country, the name of your medical school, whether or not it's still practicing. And as you can see here, the University of Guyana, yes, that one is accepted. So once that is clear, you're good to go. Then you go to the ECMFG website. This is what that looks like. You're just going to have to ensure anything you're doing with USMLE, be sure that you're reading it correctly, you're reading it properly. Don't take anything for granted because they're very nitpicky sometimes with certain things with applications, and if you make errors and so on, it's a little bit unforgiving sometimes. Not to spook you, just to say be extra careful with what you're clicking. If you don't understand something, ask questions. Yeah, so you're just putting in your basic information. They have a lot of checkboxes and so that you will have to fill out basic biographic information. And then you're going to get an email after you fill out all of those forms showing that you have an acceptance and a chance to change your login password. So you're going to be getting an ID number, which is just like what you had in like University of Guyana if you went there, where you have like a badge number that you use all the time. So in this case, you also get a number. And they create a password, but you get the opportunity, of course, to make your own afterwards. So be sure to change that before you log in again and do anything else. Alright, so once you have your ID number, you have your password, your next step would be your Form 186 or your certification of identification. Now you're just going to log into your account on the ECMFG website and you're going to click on, this is what it looks like, submit an application for ECMFG certification. And then you're going to fill in your details again, pretty basic, straightforward stuff. And you're going to click continue to payment. Now, when I did this, I paid US dollars 160. Maybe it's going to vary whenever you're looking at this video, but that is what I paid in 2024. And your next screen is going to look a bit like this. You're going to have to download that form, which looks a bit like this. Of course, there's a back to it as well. I'm just putting this part here for you to see. And you're going to require your passport, unexpired. They say that you should have a laptop with a working camera, but I used my phone and that was quite fine. Maybe to be safe, you should get the laptop with a working camera. You want to have a good Wi-Fi connection. And just read through that form very carefully. They explain everything that you need, how to orient your passport when you're scanning it and everything. And again, you do not have to do anything to the form, even though it says like sign here and so on. Don't do that. You're gonna do that in the little meeting that you're gonna have with a notary, which is like a person on the phone that's gonna confirm that you're matching your passport. So yeah, you do nothing to the form, the notary will, and they will tell you when they want you to sign it. So again, the steps from here fairly straightforward, so I'm just gonna skip past those. But essentially, you are going to get an email saying that this was accepted, and you can schedule a time and date for your meeting with the notary. And you just need to ensure that you have like a quiet, well-lit place so that they can see you, they can see your passport well. Get like a decent camera if you can, so that they could be able to verify that you are on your passport, the picture and the name and everything. Dress decently, of course, you know, be covered. Have your passport, all your documents ready. Of course, you don't want when the notary calls, you're running for your passport. So it's super quick and easy. Honestly, it takes like 2 to 5 minutes maybe. It's just to verify that you are an actual person and confirm your identity. And then afterwards, they would send your form to ECMFG. And this takes about like 3 days to process. And then you're able to go on to your next step of applying for the exam. So that will be in another video.